Hello everyone, welcome back to Group D. Going to give you a quick look at this double restoration that we did, one Restomod, one full restoration, and show you the Corolla in detail. This is a really sweet car. It's nice sometimes when they're not over modified, so this one I think fits that bill nicely. So let's take a look at the details briefly and see what the customer wanted with this one. So 1185 with a glass grille, very much a kind of a fast road kind of track spec, toe sticker there, giving it that kind of vibe. It's finished in a Toyota Avensis red, bumpers done red, etc. Just a full red 11. 13x8 Compromotive CXR wheels, extremely lightweight, very popular on like oval racing cars and formula cars in the UK. I built this car maybe 10 or 15 years ago for this customer, and now he is immigrating Ireland and he wanted to have it all freshened up so that it's going to go with him, and he's going to get many years of happy motoring without needing to find someone who can take care of it or whatever somewhere. That mightn't be as easy as it is in Ireland with our fascination for these cars. So yeah, paintwork is quite good. This car is not pristine. I mean, it's in really good condition, but it is a car to be driven hard. So it you know, at the back on the other side it has a little bit of paint missing from touching a tire wall on track and things like that. That's what it's for. So any imperfections are result of being driven hard, which I would, you know, totally be for, instead of having something immaculate that you were afraid to take out even. Yeah, completely rust free. I'll get on the ramp soon and you'll see the underside. I mean, this thing we rebuilt from a bare shell one time and it stayed in remarkably good condition. It has are they D-Max style quarters, so bolted on like plus 40 quarters, which are hard enough to see that you have plus 40. They look from afar kind of standard. I always like these ones. It has the kooky, I suppose, side skirts, if that's correct. Just the boot spoiler on the back with some white line Japanese taillights. So it's kind of a mix between some Japanese only stuff and some kind of UK kind of spec Corolla stuff. It is a Japanese import first day, so there she is in all her glory. It's got the old AE86 IRL sticker on the dash. In the back it has an old MCN Sport sticker, which was previously Group D kind of, so it's been that long. Green harnesses, kind of Takata inspired harnesses. I think these ones are actually TRS. Yes, they are. TRS yellow ones from the UK. But of course the green is very much the Takata Japanese look that people kind of fell in love with. Body club seats on rails. It has a safety devices roll cage in it now. So we just fitted that this time. Customer wanted it fitted. He also wanted it tied into the pillars, so we have it bolted into the pillars. I'll try and show you a bit better. You can see it, yeah, bolted up to the pillars in 3 places on either side. So just that's what the customer wanted for the rigidity. A little bit more rigid bolting cage. It's also bolted to the B pillar with a bracket both sides. He also wanted to remove weight, so the whole sunroof assembly has been removed and we made a quick frame to keep a carbon sunroof kind of pressed up and hopefully leak free, and that removes quite a lot of weight off of the roof of the car, which is a great place to remove it if you can. It is an electric window model, Japanese, all the Japanese stickering and writing still kind of present, and no carpet, real loud equivalent 4-link, which we'll see a bit more on the ramp. There's a battery box over there, if it would focus on it. Yeah, battery box in there, and using the strut bar as a harness bar. It also has factory belts, which are much easier just for street use. 2-spoke steering wheel, still running the T50 in it, and still running the 4AGE Group D keyring. Yeah, so that's basically it. Bolting cage in the back with one crossbar. Very simple, just kind of amazingly cool, basic Corolla. Just what made us fall in love with them. So lightweight, rear driver's car. Let me get this open. And there you have the legendary 4AGE inside in the engine bay. A completely standard engine, just rebuilt by us. Complete rebuild. Everything's got a 0.5 mil oversized piston in it just to get a fresh bore on a factory engine. There was a bit of wear on the cylinders, as could be expected from a 30-year-old engine, so it went 0.5 mil oversized. But other than that, there is no performance modifications here, which is quite rare. It's still on a factory ECU, which is quite rare for us also. There is a lot to be said for it. It starts every time stone cold. It drives straight away stone cold, no problems. It's, you know, it's hard to beat sometimes the amount of time that's been put into the factory ECU or the factory car for resale to the public, as opposed to running an aftermarket ECU. More often than not, the time doesn't get put into an aftermarket ECU for cold start, for all sorts of conditions. It's a thing that people overlook, and they get tuned on the dyno for power, and you know, a lot of things get sacrificed. But yeah, really stock in here. Grady coilovers, which I'll try to show another bit on the ramp. We did a intake for a nice K&N filter just as well. Mishimoto, just aluminium radiator, still on the viscous fan. Gen speed exhaust, which we'll see from underneath. So yeah, just, I mean, it's simple. It is exactly how they were when they were built. This is a power steering model, as you can see, Japanese, which again makes it just glorious to drive. New brakes gone into it, so just a full refresh really on this. I'll show in a nice picture of the engine when it was built by us. We are building more and more and more engines, as you can see, with great success at the moment. So it's getting a larger part of the business, building engines for people, something that they can trust and be reliable. We've been having a lot of success with it. Fiberglass bonnet, again, just to reduce some weight, and black underneath. That's a nice bonnet actually. From outside, from 10 feet away, it's hard to distinguish whether it is fiberglass or steel, which is the best compliment you could pay it, I think. So yeah, that's what makes this tick. Let's get it up on the ramp, and you can take a look at the underside. So let's take a look under this Corolla. It really has held up amazingly well through the years. Suspension wise, SP Tech lower control arm, spherical on the inside, and we just put a pair of bearings on the outside. SP Tech tension rod, spherical as well. White line anti-roll bar. I really wish these would keep their silver paint on them a little bit longer. It falls off every single one of them. Spherical as well on the anti-roll bar link. Wheel side, standard AE86 calipers in there. Groove discs, I believe. You can see the brand new 4AGE in here. Every bolt brand new, everything brand new. Alternator brand new. This is a power steering car, which is just a pleasure to drive. Standard outer tie rods on it, nothing spherical or anything there. Brand new tires gone on all around. It has a Gen speed manifold, I believe, which is a bit of a Irish thing. They made the noise you see in all the UK style Corollas became very much a sought after noise. We painted the T50 black as well. The steeled coating on it makes it look like it's made of plastic or something. And the underneath is absolutely perfect. Whole thing is stitch welded. It has some jacking points welded into it from before. You can see the plates for the cage, all stainless steel fasteners. The exhaust is converted to under axle and has a Janspeed back box as well for that rasp that you get with it. But just wanted to show the underside. This car is perfect. Moving to the back, it has a dirty fuel tank for me driving it around in the winter. The keen-eyed among you will see it has no pockets, which are just the start of rust on every Corolla. I cut them out a long time ago and just plated it. The wheel wells are tubbed as well, out all the way to the quarter. So fiberglass quarter, obviously. And under axle exhaust done with 2 rubbers here. SP Tech panhard rod, white line anti-roll bar again. Look at the gritty shocks from underneath. Traction brackets. It's got an SP Tech equivalent 4-link with the body boxes into the floor. Everything is just perfect. No sign of any corrosion of the dreaded rust. Did this as well. It has multiple mounting points for the panhard on this side, and it has some clearance made for the lowered car. Sometimes you can kind of catch the original lip here on a lowered one, but you can see the angle of the lower arm heading in the right direction, not up here like you get with a lowered car. Helping out the instant center of the car, much more progressive of course, instant center and anti-squat with the equal length 4-link into the floor. And you got the old back box, I believe. There was a tire wall touched here and it pushed it over and kind of melted the bumper a little bit, but this is a fast road machine. I don't mind a few marks in it. It proves it's been driven hard. But yeah, Compomotive CXRs, stock AE86 brakes behind, grooved, 13 by 8. I don't know the offset off my head, but these are extremely lightweight. Compomotive have gone in and out of business about 20 times since I was getting these for the Corollas back in the day. There's a couple of sets floating around only, but these 13 by 8s, they look really kind of cool, kind of unique. More of a kind of an oval racing British look or Formula car from Britain, as opposed to the JDM look. What a cool car. I just wanted to show the underside, as the thing is beyond perfect. And yes, nice to get it up in the ramp, fair enough. Maybe a new exhaust system would be cool, but anyone will tell you like these old systems, these old Janspeeds, old back box and stuff, they make a really nice kind of unique noise. So sometimes when you bang on a new one, it doesn't sound exactly the same. So that's why it's probably left on it. But what a cool car. Just ultimate kind of fast road Corolla. But yeah, nice to see the underside. And she's ready for another 20 years. So as I said, we built the engine in this, and not only do we rebuild for the customer, we also do a lot of dynoing of the cars. So we don't tune the cars ourselves, but we take responsibility for dynoing the cars, with it being a race car build. With the rebuild, we take responsibility for running the engine in for the customer, so there's no stress of a break-in period for the customer, or lack of knowledge from a customer of how to break an engine in. So we break it in for them, I'll show you how we do that. And same with the back axle, we totally rebuilt the back axle on this, so you know the break-in period for a new chrome wheel and pinion as well. We handle that at the same time as breaking the engine on this one, but we can handle it for you also if you do get a final drive rebuild, you know. So that brings us to be like a one-stop shop for this kind of stuff. So rebuilding the engine plus being responsible for the run-in of it. We'll also be the first people to do an oil change on it after the run-in period, go through it, you know, make sure the oil looks perfect, make sure everything is working the way it is, which it is on this engine. But yeah, just having that responsibility of I guess aftercare for the engine or the axle. And you know, once we can spend a little bit more time with the car post getting it built, I know that's difficult. People, you know, spend their money getting something rebuilt and they want it back to enjoy it. But if a little bit of extra time can be put in and we can cross the T's and dot the I's in-house, we know then we're handing over just a perfect car back to the customer. So I'll show you how we run in the engines. We do this is what we used to do on the old race cars, the old oval race cars. When we used to take them to the dyno, there was no need to dyno the oval cars. They were carbureted, they were kind of to a spec. So we used put them under load, then release the load, put them back under load, and it's quite sickening to drive like this, but we would do it at all sorts of rev ranges just to bed the rings in as best we can at the very start of the engine's new life, we'll call it. And from that then we get a great bedding in of the rings and the bearings, and you know, we have the highest compression figure we can given back to the customer per cylinder, you know. So it can be an issue, you know, people getting back a fresh engine, leaving it idle for a long time, or doing a break-in procedure that isn't quite satisfactory. You can, after all your money being spent, you can end up with a lower compression figure per cylinder than you would have if you ran the engine in properly. So we take that away from the worry of the customer if they want us to. Right guys, that's it for another video. I totally forgot about this one. I meant to do an in-car with the Corolla before it left to show you how we run in the engines, but just have to save it for another time. Thank you to the guys that called to the workshop recently and reminded me that there was a second part to this restoration thing. In saying that, there will be no more restorations here. The BMW has turned me off that completely. But Restomods is the next thing that Group D is going to be going into big time. So we have behind me double ladder Revas, rear-wheel drive Starlet, quite a selection of cool retro cars here that are going to get the treatment. There's another Starlet race car up there. We're coming past a couple of Audi coupes here, and some are customer cars, some are belong to myself. And yeah, we will be going into Restomods in a big way, I hope, the end of this year and next year. So we'll be building them for sale and for customers. So things like this 8 Series, Turbo Volvo, K70, all sorts here already ready to get the Group D treatment. So that will be exciting. A lot of plans there, a lot of exciting things to come. So thanks for watching this one on the 86 that I totally forgot about, and I'll see you guys next time.